On December 17, 2011, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il suddenly died. In September 2010, Kim Jong-il's third son, Kim Jong-un, was named his successor. After his father's death, Kim Jong-un was appointed chairman of the Central Military Commission in December 2011, first secretary of the North Korean Workers' Party, and first chairman of the National Defense Commission in April 2012, and marshal in July 2012. He had assumed the highest positions in the party, cabinet, and military. 2012 was the year that Kim Jong-un inherited not only his father's mantle, but also the unattainable vision of constructing a strong and prosperous nation. However, the young leader has displayed no interest in solving the reclusive regime's numerous problems. He remains in the shadows, shrouded in obscurity.
Since daybreak of January 1st, 2012, Kim Jong-un has paid visits to one military base after another, clearly demonstrating his pugnacious nature and urging a communist reunification of the Korean peninsula. On the other hand, he made public appearances with his wife, Lee Seol-ju. The world stares incredulously at such public stunts. And there is more. He has been photographed riding a roller coaster with elderly members of the cadre. The theme song of the Hollywood movie Rocky was played, and even Disney characters appeared at a concert which the leader personally attended. North Korea continues to ignore criticism from the international society regarding its nuclear weapon and missile development program, three-generation power succession, and blatant disregard for human rights. Instead, it's putting on a show to trick the world into believing that Kim Jong-un's regime will be different from the past.
The North has exaggerated recent flood damage to win international aid. But according to statements made by personnel who visited the sites, the damage inflicted by this year's floods is only half as bad as last year's and should not interfere with the food supply. Despite the fact that North Korea made a fool out of itself by fabricating flood damage data in 2011, they insist on walking down the same path this year as they implore the international society to provide urgent flood and medical aid. When, in fact, they could overcome their difficulties easily by ceasing the development of nuclear weapons and missiles. But Kim Jong-un moronically squandered $850 million on a long-range missile launch. Last April, he wasted $38 million erecting statues and monuments, and $16 million on fireworks. The Kim family owns 30 private summer houses throughout North Korea. Kim Jong-un, a lavish spender who loves purchasing luxury goods, recently bought a yacht worth millions of dollars.
North Korea is exaggerating flood damage reports in order to secure more assistance from the international community than it would otherwise receive. The food aid, if provided, will be presented to the people as a gift from Kim Jong-un, a large portion of which will be used as provisions for the army. In other words, through this well-thought-out strategy, the North will be effectively killing two birds with one stone.
Recently, North Korea has been working to further solidify its solid alliance with China, as well as continuously proposing talks between the U.S. and DPRK be held to improve bilateral relations. It even hosted the first North Korea-Japan Red Cross meeting in 10 years to bolster relations. However, the North Korea continues to ignore the demands we set forth as the pretext for improved inter-Korean relations. The North Korea is employing foul strategies to make ill use of the dynamics between countries in and around Northeast Asia to gain the upper hand in inter-Korean relations. Since the end of the Korean War, North Korea had violated the armistice agreement by carrying out acts of provocation more than 430,000 times. In the meantime, to conceal its malicious intentions, it has proposed various inter-Korean peace conferences and continues to implement its strategy.
As such, proposals for inter-Korean dialogue by the North are not aimed at sincerely searching for measures to improve South-North relations or resolve pending issues like separated families, but to manipulate the situation on the Korean peninsula to favor themselves as part of their villainous strategy towards the ROK.
북한은 훈련을 강행하면 불벼락을 맞게 될 것이라고 또다시 협박했습니다.
Recently, not only has North Korea threatened to attack the president of the ROK, but it has even stated that it will attack ROK forces which are participating in military exercises.
North Korea has made false claims that there is a South Korean organization whose aim is to damage the statue of Kim Il-sung, and has threatened to kill 4 North Korean human rights activists living in the ROK. It has brazenly went on to say that these threats are in response to the ROK's kidnapping North Korean residents. North Korea has received criticism from the international society for ignoring the human rights of its people by sending masses of people to labor camps without so much as a trial. The fact that such a country is issuing menaces against pro-democracy activists is deplorable.
While North Korea claims that it seeks peace, it clandestinely continues to develop nuclear weapons and execute provocations against the ROK, and injects their people with hostility toward the ROK and the U.S. On the one side, the regime gives their people a false sense of hope for change by them showing Moranbong Band's Western-style performance while creating a seemingly open and friendly diplomatic atmosphere. We cannot be fooled by North Korea's two-sided strategy. If we do, we will continuously fall victim to North Korean provocations, like the Cheonan sinking or Yeongpyeong-do shelling.
There are those in the South Korean society that claim that because North Korea is showing signs of change, we must engage in talks with the new regime. However, we must boldly face the fact that we cannot normalize exchange with North Koreans unless the IT takes verifiable steps to change and abandons its nuclear program. Seeing through North Korea's ulterior motives, finding rational response measures, and taking a unified stance against threats to our national security. These are our basic responsibilities as citizens of the Republic of Korea, and these measures will guarantee the security of our proud country.